Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm a spiritual life coach and I help you choose growth. We're doing things a little differently this week. I have this new deck of animal oracles and I have a new spread for you with the tarot. So we're going to use this card for our theme and then flow from there. We have the elephant, which is the word on this card is leadership. And this is a very powerful energy in this card, which I'm sure you are feeling just as strongly as I am feeling as well. I love these colors here. We're looking at you really taking the lead in your life, really stepping up into a leadership role, stepping up gently and softly and leading by example. Okay, I like this image of the woman watching from behind because that seems like we're talking about strength through gentleness. That you can't force leadership on people, but you can invite them with that opening feminine energy. I'm going to be curious to see what the cards are going to say, but I'm also feeling like this is an active role. We have the cards, the chakra colors kind of reversed, where we have the power, the solar plexus on top, saying that it's time to start taking action. But at the same time, our figure is seated. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm going to be curious to see where our cards take us next. All right, energy starting the reading. We've got the star, and then where you're headed, we have breach. Okay, this is interesting. The star energy means that you have been having some moments of coming to your truth, coming to realizations that perhaps surprise you, but in a way they kind of felt like they were there all along, you know? Like, oh yeah, I always knew that, but maybe the desire or the intention hadn't been quite updated, okay? So these flashes of insight and information finally coming to you, very important, because where you're headed, we've got the Seven of Cups card. And it's very important that you stay connected to that little voice. If you want to call it intuition, that's fine. But that little sense of self that knows what's right and wrong for you. This card says to me that there are elements in your world that have escaped your notice, that you've not been able to give your full attention to. And because of that, this is hard to describe what I'm seeing. It's like these little spongy holes have gotten punched in something that should be whole. So if you're looking at a fishing net or something, we're looking at holes in the net. So the very things that you want to capture have been able to escape. And because you haven't been quite awake in taking responsibility or keeping a handle, keeping an eye on every aspect of your life, maybe you've been too focused in one aspect versus everything else, you've lost, something is leaking. You're losing energy in one area of your life. Something is not going according to the way you want it to go. And this really is talking to me now about taking your power back, taking the lead to get all of yourself together, to get all of these areas together and making sure that you're in the lead in all of these different areas. We're talking about your health. We're talking about your spiritual practice, talking about friendships, work life, projects you have to do, the things you love, hobbies, everything. This is a very strong message here, asking you to take a little bit of time to stop what you're doing and really take stock of where everything is. Because like I said, this energy system has been running for a while, all right? This leak has been going on for a while. And you need to devote some concerted energy towards, first of all, recognizing it, and second of all, figuring out what you need to do to patch up those holes so that you're no longer losing out of this area of your life. Okay, let's look at energy coming in, Father of Horns, and I want to get our last card, which is healing message, swiftness. Okay. Now, our Father of Horns, the energy coming in. This one's a little tricky, so just give me a second here. Is this a person or is this... Okay, they're telling me this is still part of the healing message, so I'm going to look at these together. This particular card here, the Father of Horns, is looking at being emotionally whole, being emotionally calm, despite what might be going on below the surface. So we're talking about awareness. Okay, all right, I got it now. Thank you. The awareness comes in this Father of Horns, whether this is a guide energy for you or just some little thought that comes in that says, wait a second, I need to check this. It could also be a friend that comes in to help you sort out what has been wrong. But it's awareness of what's going on and the ability to stay calm without completely negating everything that's going on below the surface. Okay. So for instance, this is maybe a silly metaphor, but if you're with a bunch of kids on the playground, you want to be aware of everyone. In order to do that and making sure that everyone's playing okay and everyone's safe, you need to be very calm. But in that doesn't mean that you're only looking at the kids that are playing nicely together. You know, you're not focusing only on things that make you feel calm. You're staying calm no matter what's going on around you. And you're keeping an awareness that is very wide, even if you don't like what you're seeing, even if you don't like what you're feeling. And your healing message continues this idea, swiftness, the 8 of Wands. This gerfalcon is about to pick up this, I'm not sure if he's a groundhog or what he is, prairie dog perhaps, and he's happening fast. And life can catch you so quickly, but as long as you're aware, it won't. Okay, your awareness is key to slowing down what feels like life pulling you off balance and pulling the rug out from under you all the time. There are so many, I think I read that the unconscious or the intuitive mind processes something like 800 million bits of information, or maybe it's 11 million. The idea is that the scale difference between what the subconscious processes versus our conscious, it's huge. You know, our subconscious is maybe thousands of bits of information, but then the subconscious is something like millions. Don't quote me on these figures, but I'm trying to give you this sense of what this means. If we're tapped into that subconscious, if we're tapped into our intuition, we have so much more awareness of what's going on. And things don't come as such a shock. Things don't come as such a surprise because your subconscious starts to pick up little clues, either in what people are saying or you're seeing the synchronicities. And there's no more feelings of being caught off guard or being thrown out of whack. Awareness is really the key to feeling like you're on top of your world. And, you know, yeah, sometimes the universe delivers shocks to us to shake us up and make us pay attention, but that's just it. If we had been paying attention before, we would not be shocked now. But because we've been ignoring, the universe has to keep amping up the message, right? And we have definitely all had moments of that, right? So coming back to here, you are the sovereign in your life. You are the king, you know, you are in a position of leadership to take charge of all and every single area, not just the one, but all of the different areas. And I love how he's crowned with all of these, with all the flowers. You know, this is a blessed moment for you. So just remember that, Cancer, you are in charge. You are the sovereign of all of those areas of your life, all the different facets. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your time and energy, Cancer. I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.